Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Bottoms Up podcast. This week will actually be a two-part episode. So, part one is coming out today, and then part two will be coming out next Monday. I actually, in all my talent and skill, ended up accidentally drowning my phone, which is what I use to record my audio. So, unfortunately, the audio for this episode, both part one and part two, will not be the best quality, but I hope that you all do at least enjoy the conversation. So enjoy this episode, and I'll be back 2 weeks after next week with our next interview. Thank you so much for the continued support, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoy.
Hoop earrings. I thought about wearing my teeth. Oh my god, I got called the tooth fairy the other day.
It seems like a slur in your game.
Alright. Hello!
Hi.
Merry Chrysler.
God, it's not even Halloween yet.
I love those memes that it's like Mariah Carey's like All I Want for Christmas Is You, and everyone's like blockading it, and it's like Halloween is the last holiday to protect us from Christmas.
Yeah, it's her and Michael Bublé are just defrosting.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming out of the freezer this time of year.
Here you go, baby. And we have another guest star today, my dog.
Well, I like how you haven't even introduced either of us, and you're just like, oh yeah, second guest star is here. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Bottoms Up podcast. Very special guest today. A face that you are maybe familiar with.
My
maybe
dog.
not. I was gonna say you, but yes, your dog hasn't been on an episode before.
He was in the first episode.
No.
Not even in the background?
No. He didn't make the cut.
Wow.
Yeah, we got benched from you. I'm here with my dear friend, Pau Hernandez, artist extraordinaire. We have not spoken in a very long time. Or well, no, we did not speak for a while, and now we're speaking again.
Mm-hmm.
Not for like bad reasons.
Just life and shit.
Yeah. Life is really lifing at this point. But you know what? That Zoloft is so lofting, so it's okay.
Your Zoloft is Zolofting, my Prozac is Prozacing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love this for us.
Yeah.
But we are here today to discuss the Ultimatum, because I definitely bullied you into watching this show.
I got bullied by multiple lesbians to watch that show.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it was so unsatisfying, the ending.
Yes. We'll get to that, because we have several thoughts. Before we get to that, first, I actually do have announcements for this episode.
Oh!
Look at me, I'm growing.
I'm so proud of you!
So I'm trying to, at this point, set up like a calendar or something where I can begin to share like all the events that are happening locally. I'm specifically also trying to find different free events or events that happen regularly, because there's a couple out there, but I just kind of need to do a little bit more digging. So when that is available, I will share it. It might go out before this episode even comes out, because I know there's a lot of stuff happening in September, but you know, it's just timing. I do still have a full-time job on top of doing this show, so please bear with me. And then, did I have another announcement? Did I?
I don't think so.
That's the Zoloft right there.
What are the side effects of Zoloft?
Being a bad bitch, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one's gonna stand a chance after this.
It's like once you get on antidepressants and you get your life together, it's over.
Yeah, it's over for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've been sitting here trying to figure out what this other announcement was, and I just can't figure it out. So, do you want to move on to horoscopes? And we both have co-star.
Oh my god!
I know.
I can't look at my co-star because mine's recording. I remember my co-star though. It said to not take a shower today. I did anyways.
Oh, you're gonna die. I can also look at what your co-star says for us today.
I think it said something along the lines of like for our friendship co-star, we pretty much align. Like a lot of it is the same. What's your moon sign?
I think that's a Pisces. I'm a Sagittarius and a Sagittarius and a Pisces somewhere. Sun and moon are Sagittarius and my rising is a Pisces.
I'm Capricorn, Aries.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my horoscope for today says your oldest fears are the worst ones. This sounds like it's talking about trauma.
Which drama? You have many. Wait, give me a second.
You know what? I kind of don't want to read this horoscope.
Really?
Here's the thing. With consistency, in each episode that I'll take the walnut, just give me a second. With consistency, it's like every single episode that because I don't read my horoscope.
I read it every single day at midnight.
I don't. Like, if I'm motivated, if I have like a really cool notification, yeah, I'll look at it. But most of the time I don't read it except when I'm recording. And every single episode without fail, it has actually been like weirdly, insanely relevant to my life. You wanna know what the first line of this horoscope says?
Yes.
Are you ignoring your sadness? I just started Zoloft today. This is just insulting.
Wow, that's some good material right there.
Yeah, we're not gonna read this because it's again.
Can I read it for you?
Okay, yeah, you can put it.
Sometimes it's good news.
I feel like whoever is the co-star is following me around.
No.
I don't like that.
I feel like CoStar has like some kind of algorithm that just really can read people. Do goodbyes, secondhand stores, deep sea adult scrutiny, crumbs in bed, steel wool. Okay. So if you do your dishes today, don't use steel wool.
That's okay. I don't have any cast iron.
Oh. Today there's a little person in your head saying that it is self-centered to be spontaneous. It's not. You just haven't accepted that running means running away from yourself too. Watch out. Whatever you do, try not to hide from discomfort. I think. Well, what brings you discomfort?
My sheer existence most days.
Okay, I'm gonna read your horoscope.
Well, yeah, what's ours?
I'm looking at ours right now. Taylor, you want connection that feels devoted, while Polly needs romantic freedom. You run the risk of becoming codependent. You have to teach each other how you need to be loved, and this is kind of work can be interesting. Don't overanalyze the connection. Okay.
You know, when I first met you, I did worry about us being codependent.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Oh, I just have that fear now. Like, I've gone through it once, and now I'm like, oh, I'm afraid that it's gonna happen again.
I feel that. I feel like that's something that just happened, like, that could happen so... You don't even realize it when it's happening.
Yeah,
It happens.
yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. And it was like...
Your life becomes intertwined with somebody else, and then suddenly you're codependent.
Yeah. And it was just like... I've never had that happen before with, like, anybody else, so I didn't even have a point of references to realize what was happening, like, to begin with.
My last relationship, it felt like I was, like, she was codependent on me and I was carrying everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And this one that I'm in now, sometimes I have whiplash because I'm just like, you're doing something out of the sheer kindness of your heart?
Yeah.
You know? No ulterior motive, you just love me?
I mean, like, even at, like, the start of my last relationship, I've always, like, used that as a framework for, like, how I want to be treated, to the point where, like, when it got to the end and I wasn't being treated like that anymore, it was very easy to look back and say, like, okay, this is the standard that I set for myself, and clearly we're not meeting that standard anymore, so like why am I still in this relationship? Like why am I still putting myself through this?
That's another thing about being in relationships and like the honeymoon phase. It's like I'm acutely aware that I am in the honeymoon phase, so there's a part of my brain that I've learned to kind of shut off, because literally my therapist was like, just have fucking fun, because you know, like, because you can't be living like this, where I'm like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, like where's the red flag? What is she gonna do? How is she gonna stab me? Like I'm so like I can't live like that. I don't know. What I've learned, especially with the whole situation with Jared, which is my for reference, is my best friend whose life completely fell fucking apart because his ex did 10,000 horrible things, like cheating on him and then kicking him out and all this bullshit. Anyways, and like you can't predict the future, and like sometimes you think you know someone and then you don't. That's the scariest part.
But like also sometimes people change. Like we're both still like in that, you know, mid to late 20s, where I would say like maybe the late 20s where people like really start to come into their own, if not still well into like the early to mid 30s, and like I think you do have to like leave space for people to grow.
You're right.
Leave space for them to evolve. And maybe they'll evolve away from you. Maybe they'll evolve closer to you. Maybe it'll be a little circle, but you still have to leave that space.
Yeah.
Speaking of evolution, let's talk about how these relationships evolved in the Ultimatum.
Oh my god.
From existing to not.
Wait, are what was their name? Sam and Ozzy, are they still together?
As far as I know, yeah.
And then I think, like, what is it? Xander and...
They're not, no, Xander and Ray are not dating. Ray has been very clear about, like, they are not dating.
I don't know.
No,
it's kind of sus.
But Ray only dates Femme.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah, she's so funny, oh my god.
She is really funny. But I just get this vibe that they're dating, or well, I guess they're just really close friends.
Well, the thing is, like, because they all still live in like Southern California, so like it's very easy for them to continue. Like,
I thought Xander moved back to.
She was back and forth.
Oh, she was back and forth
Yeah.
between Hawaii and okay.
Yeah.
So the main actually, today I saw the one that you have a big crush on, Tiff. She got into a relationship. You saw?
I didn't. I should have followed. I don't follow them.
Why? I'm surprised.
I like to keep my follower ratio on Instagram tight,
Fair.
which is crazy because I literally don't. This is in reference to my personal Instagram where I don't do anything and where I post maybe 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gotta stay exclusive. Wow. Okay. You know, and that's so wild because I was gonna be like, wow, someone really took my baby daddy. That's so unfortunate.
I'm so sorry. Like, I literally saw that today, like, before coming here, and I'm like, oh my god. Taylor's gonna be heartbroken.
You know that I'm going good right now? Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Tiff, if you ever see this person right here will give you everything you need.
Oh, that's alright. I can take that L. I guess, like, before we get into it, I do have ground rules. Just generally, like, things that kind of, like, influence a lot of, like, the way that I go about discussing reality TV.
Okay.
First rule, not talking about Mildred. Don't want to give her any time. I just don't even want to. Like, she's a terrible person, an abuser, not even entertaining that. Number 2, I was actually going to say that we're only allowed to say nice things about Tiff.
But now you receive this news.
No, because they went through a lot. So
Tiff deserves to be happy.
Yeah. Also, that final outfit at the reunion with the cut off white suit with no shirt underneath. What a look! What a vibe! That's that white trans mask. Yeah. So I guess rule number 2: be nice to Tiff.
Be nice to Tiff. Tiff literally has a whole ass other girlfriend, and you're still like, I gotta be nice to her.
Well, hey, like I said, sometimes people grow away from you, and then sometimes other people grow towards you.
You know what? You never know. Maybe if you shoot your shot hard enough, Tiff will hear this, and then she'll fly over here to Florida and be like, I need to meet you and fall madly in love with you.
I'm trying very hard not to be delusional. So, we'll not be doing that, but thank you for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. Also, Tiff uses they have pronouns.
Oh, sorry, Tiff.
But no, just be nice to Tiff. Rule number 3, or I guess like just kind of like a general reminder, this is reality TV. It's meant for entertainment, it's heavily edited to make it entertaining, and these are like real people. So even though like a lot of, you know, online discussion is going to be based around like that heavily edited version, you know, there are hours and hours and hours of footage that we have not seen. These are also, again, new people with lives that we are not privy to and experiences that we are not privy to.
Wait, are we allowed to talk shit about Yoli? Technically, Yoli is just, there was no domestic violence, there was just psychological violence. You know what?
Yes. I have a soft spot for Yoli, but I need...
Why?
I don't know why, I see so much of myself in her.
You know, with Yoli, what I think it is that, like, I wouldn't say because you know how a lot of people joke around saying that she's like the poster child for like a polyamorous thing? I think it's more like she is, from the vibe that I was getting from her is that she's very much somebody who wants to be the stereotypical, like, femme housewife. And she wants to, you know, like, which is not a bad thing.
I mean,
it was just,
what I want. Like,
yeah, it's not a bad thing. It was just how she played both of those people. How she played Xander and Mal, you know? Like, that was the scummy part. Her wanting to be, like, aiming for that position in life, because that's the vibe I was getting, that's not a bad thing. It was just the fact that she was leading on Xander and then going with Mal. That was fucking messy.
But I almost feel like she wasn't being 100% honest with herself. Like, and that's almost like where like the reality TV aspect of things comes in. Because if she had just said to herself, you know what, I like both these people, I want to give both these people a chance. First of all, could have had a conversation with Mal and said, you know what, no, don't, like, no, like, we should not, like, move forward until, like, I have had the chance to, like, explore this with you without cameras and a boom mic in front of us. Like, if she had just, like, gone off the show, dated each of them for, like, a little while, and then, like, made a decision, she probably would have been, like, fine.
I mean, Mal would have been cool with it, too.
Yeah.
You saw it. So it was really just more about the way that that Yoli went about it, because Mal was being super supportive, but Yoli was being disrespectful, and that saying that, like, oh, Xander's not a big deal, and then turning around and holding hands with Xander in the same proximity.
That scene killed me. Because, like, I'm like, oh, are we all, like, in the same room? Like, are we all seeing these things? And I almost thought, because of how, like Mal is so sweet. Like, I really wish that she had, I don't know, almost, like, stood up for herself when, like, they went back to the original couples. Because, man, like, if somebody who I was, like, in love with just went and told me, like, oh, they're now, like, in love with this other person and that they got physical, like, with this other person, I think that would be it for me. Like, I would just, like, I don't care if, like, we're exes on this TV show, on this production, like, that would hurt me so fundamentally that it just, I wouldn't even be able to come back. Well, I'm definitely not, I'm like 90% monogamous.
Well, I feel like I'm monogamous simply because other people, I just can't stand them. Like okay. So, like, I feel like I have the emotional maturity to like, okay, you know, like, you go do what you want, don't bring that shit home, whatever. You know, I was okay with open relationship, but my issue with it is that, like, what I've noticed is that, like, a lot of other people go into polyamory and they don't do their research. Because I had a book, I was reading all the fucking articles and doing the podcast and going to therapy. I was doing the whole 9 yards, and I was not receiving that same level of effort from any one of my partners. You know, so that is where it is. That's where my issue is. That like a lot of people say they're polyamorous, but really they're just like they just want to fuck whoever they want to fuck. You know?
You treated polyamory like a college course.
Yeah, I did. I genuinely did treat polyamory like a college course, and keep in mind I fucking hated school. Like I
You just weren't studying the right thing.
Yeah, no, I fucking read the books, I went to therapy, like I did all that shit, and like I was genuinely like really trying, but like with my other partners it was very much like the emotional maturity was not there. And for me, it wasn't that I didn't love my other partners or anything like that. It was like, I don't have the mental capacity to deal with so many people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think, yeah, polyamory in and of itself, I think, requires a lot of emotional maturity from everybody involved. I know that it's not for me just because, like, I get jealous, like, super easily. I get insecure really easily, and I know that I would probably spiral if I was in a poly relationship, especially if it was, I mean, like, if my partner, like, was also dating other femme people, like, it would be so hard for me not to compare myself to them.
Yeah. But, yeah, I get that. You know what I love about Tiff?
What?
I think it was like the first episode I saw them in, I immediately related to them when they like snapped at Sam, which Sam did not deserve this, and I love Sam. But like about the dog, like I say that and my dog is like right here in front of my feet eating some of these macadamia nuts.
That was such a red flag moment for me.
Really? That was like a green flag. Like, okay, so her being that passionate was a green flag. Her being that, like, what was it? She was very, like, angry and volatile. I feel like I immediately knew off the bat, like, ooh, this girl, she's being abused immediately when I saw that. Like, I already knew.
That, yeah.
This person.
Yeah, no, but yeah. Because I remember watching that scene and I was like, this is a very unreasonable response to the scenario. I was like, this is just so intense. Like, why are you responding this way? Like, it's like when people go 0 to 100 like that, like immediately like get super defensive, and especially with somebody new who you just met. I was like, yeah, there's something else like going on here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, of course, like I looked at, like I saw Tiff in the first episode, like when they were all like still together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, that right there. Yeah. It's like I was kind of upset when they had that fight, but again, like it becomes very clear by the end, like exactly why
Oh
they
yeah.
were like that. So
Yeah.
it was like
No, honestly, like when Tiff reacted like that, I felt like I kind of related, but I think also like when that show was coming out at the time, I was like in the middle of like my fucking Rocket Man, polyamorous fucking craziness. So like,
wait, no.
yeah, when it was right at the end. It was right at the end. No, we had become friends at that point.
Yeah, because it was after I was in my Rocket Man phase. What are you talking about?
You were in your Rocket Man phase.
I was very much in my Rocket Man phase. No, that was it was in May? Yeah, it came out in May. April, May, somewhere around there. Wait, okay. Who was your favorite and least favorite in the first episode, and then by the end, who was your favorite and least favorite?
So my favorite, Xander. Towards the end, still Xander.
Mm.
And then Lexi started off pretty high up, and then she slowly like fell off her pedestal.
Yeah.
But I give her slack because she's fucking young. Everybody else on that show was like what, in their 30s, and she's right. And she was I think 23, 24 when they filmed it.
Yeah, she was 23, 24, and then I think Ray was like 27, and then everybody else was 30 plus, and then like Aussie's like in their 40s.
Yeah, and like with Lexi, I felt like she was I related to Lexi in that, like, she got into the relationship, she wanted to get married, you know, like, she was trying to do everything right within the relationship, and, like, she wanted, it seemed like she wanted everything to be right on paper, you know? And that's what I wanted. So I related to Lexi. And then it just, the chemistry or whatever it was, it just, I don't know what it was. It just wasn't there. Remember when we saw the episode at the end of the episode, they were like, Lexi and Ray shortly broke up after this episode.
Yeah, the music that they played in the background during that like little text thing felt so shady.
And then my least favorite, from the beginning, what was her name? The one that was dating Xander.
Oh, Vanessa?
Vanessa. She grew on me towards the end because it's like, okay, character development. Hello, the true villains are
no, don't.
We're not saying the name. It's she who will not be named. But you know that Vanessa was not a true villain. She was just fucking chaotic.
I don't even like. Okay. And this goes back to the whole like it's reality TV and there's editing and stuff like that. Yes, Vanessa was edited to be the villain of the entire show, and like, yeah, it's probably being edited from a very heterosexual lens too. So I'm cognizant of that, and like, I think the thing about this show that gets me more than straight versions of like romance shows and all of that is that by the end of it, I didn't really feel like I strongly liked or disliked anyone. I could literally look at it and be like, you are all people and you're complex and I don't really feel a specific way about
gay people are just more complex than heterosexual people. You know that like a lot of gay people have the tism? It's like an actual thing.
I should look into that.
You really should. You might have the tism.
I was supposed to get screened, but
God.
No, because the appointment was going like really long and I had to go to work. So yeah.
When I went to my girlfriend's parents' house, her sister straight up asked me like, do you have the tism? Like, do you have the tism? And I straight up was like, probably. Yeah.
I do have a lot of my symptoms like overlap with neurodivergence, so that's why I was thinking that there might be a little bit there. But even if there isn't, like I still have like a decent amount of symptoms, so I get it.
I think gay people gay people just don't fall into like the whole nuclear family stereotypical stuff, so it's considered neurodivergent in some kind of way.
I kind of want that though.
This is nuclear family, but you know, gay.
Yeah, like wife and kids. Yeah. I don't want a white picket fence. I don't like that you said that about me before.
That you want a white picket fence?
You told me that you were not intimidated by me when you first met me, but then when you started talking to me, you freaked out because I sounded like I wanted a wife and 2.5 kids in a house with a white picket fence.
Yes.
And I was very bothered by that because I would never have a white picket fence. I would get Ram brand fencing.
Oh my God.
So high quality. No, because like, hear me out. Because like you put the posts in the ground and then the fencing, it kind of like rolls out. It's like a vinyl PVC moment. So you can like wrap a curve really nicely. It's really strong. It doesn't break easily. I've fallen.
This
off
is
horses.
the lesbian in you coming out.
No, this is my horse girl coming out because I've fallen off. For some reason I fall off into fence or used to. I used to fall off into fences a lot. So I have experience when it comes to fencing, and ram fencing was the nicest to fall into. I gotta be honest. Wood fencing, not that bad, but I feel really guilty if I cracked it or something. Like, cause you can hear it. Like you can hear it when you hit a wood fence. So yeah, PVC not that fun. Not that exciting. That leaves a lot.
Do you still want the 2.5 kids?
I don't know how many kids I want. Oh my God. I don't know.
This girl, the girl I'm talking to right now, she has me considering possibly support. I'm getting emotionally attached to a child, and it's awful. Awful.
What?
There are no. Okay, so like, all of my nieces and nephews like live in other states, right? And my girlfriend, her best friend, has a daughter, and like they're very close. That's like she's the godmother, so I'm always hanging out with this little girl, and like I'm actually getting emotionally attached to her. It's terrible.
That sounds.
She calls me Pile. She's 3 years old.
I'm gonna start calling you that.
much. And it sucks because, like, a part of me is like, maybe I should just fucking adopt this child, get married, and move to a ranch, you know, with this child and my girlfriend. But I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be a lesbian stereotype.
No, I'm
give it 2 years.
I'm begging you not to steal my dreams, actually.
Oh my god, to move to a ranch?
Yes.
Bruh, I'm not gonna have any horses. I love horses, but, like, from what I've read about horses is that they're stupid and they cost so much money in vet bills because they're constantly hurting themselves.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. The animals I'm gonna have are gonna serve a function for me. So, like, chickens. Actually, quails are better.
I want goats.
I like goats.
Wait, you know what I specifically want?
I have to repair Goatman either tonight or tomorrow because I'm actually gonna enter him in that thing that you told me about.
Oh,
the local artist thingy.
For Miramar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he doesn't fit the demographic for Miramar, but fuck it. Worst case scenario, they say no.
No, repair him.
Yeah, I'm gonna repair him, but worst case scenario, they're gonna say no to Goatman, and if not, I shoot my shot. You know?
Send me a picture when it's done.
I will. But you were saying? I wanted to say thank you for sending me that.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying, I specifically want the goat from the movie The Witch. Like the goat, but also Satan. I want that goat.
You want that goat?
I want that goat.
I like goats.
Just like a mischievous little.
You know, goats are like prey animals, and it's really stupid that, like, they're seen as what's it called, like, demonic or whatever, because like, if you think about it, it's like, why would a prey animal be demonic?
I can't imagine anything hunting a goat. But I mean, I say that as if I haven't eaten goat, and as if goat was not one of my favorite meats in the world.
I love lamb and mutton. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I literally, like, when I had mutton for the first time, I cried.
The medieval child in me was.
Yeah. The medieval peasant boy.
Your medieval child, sorry, your inner child is just Oliver Twist.
But yes, I cried. That's how good it was.
Oh my god, you're getting so off topic. But like.
It's okay, it's a podcast.
Wait, hold on. We gotta circle back to this whole villain thing. Because.
Wait, what villain thing?
Just like the use of the term, like, the villain. Like.
Oh, yeah.
I can speak and say, oh, Vanessa was objectively edited to be. She was edited to be the villain of the show, like 100%. Does not mean that she's a villain in real life. I think some of her actions in the show are like objectively like, girl, what are you doing? But
she was spiraling.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's the thing. So I read. Okay, I didn't read the article. I just read what you posted about it. So I saw that. I guess apparently, Vanessa and Xander were like not necessarily together when the show like first started filming. Like they had kind of been like separated for a couple of months, but they weren't like 100% broken up. But it was clear that things were not heading in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time that they got on it, I guess Vanessa was still thinking that maybe there could be something there. So basically all that we were watching on the show was this like weird, like prolonged breakup between the two of them. For which I have like a whole lot of empathy, 100%. But that's why I don't like that. I don't like this idea that, oh, Vanessa was the villain and then she redeemed herself and she became the hero. It's kind of like, what?
No, she did not become the hero. She's just not the villain anymore.
But then people will say, oh, but then Yoli became like the true villain of the show.
She was the true villain of the show.
But that's what I'm saying is like, you can't, like, but they're just people. And they're people doing things, and I feel like
the whole
point
of reality TV is to, like, get away from reality.
Remember when I said in the dollar store that you speak like a gym bro with the voice of a disco girl? That's your gender identity. Just mush those two together.
I speak like a gym bro, but my voice is...
A Visco girl.
A Visco?
Visco girl.
What is that?
A Visco girl?
Yeah, like, what is that exactly? Because, like, I thought I had an androgynous voice, but clearly I don't.
Well, as I was saying, like you're mixing those two, so you know.
I need to do more voice training. I don't want to do testosterone. I've thought of it. The only two reasons I would do testosterone is for my voice and body fat distribution. I don't want fucking hair or any of that shit. I'll just go to the gym for the body fat distribution.
Well, laser, because you could go hard at the gym if you're on T.
I don't want to be super muscular either. Again, I want to look like a twink. I don't want to look like a hunk.
You want to look like a twink?
I want to look like... I thought I was wearing my Zelda shirt. I want to look like Link.
I wouldn't say Link's a twink.
Link is a twink! Link is as twinky as it gets.
I think that's debatable.
He's a trans mask icon.
He could be trans mask, but not necessarily. He doesn't give me twink vibes.
What are you talking about?
Link's like an otter.
He's effeminate, but still a dude.
I wouldn't even say effeminate.
Honey, they purposely made him androgynous. They literally...
But that's what I get from him is like the androgyny, 100%, but not twink.
Well, I want to go for Link vibes. That's what I want.
Fair.
I feel like my mom should have known I was trans when I was younger. I dressed up as Link every year for SuperCon.
Yeah, I would think something wrong with you for sure.
Mm.
I want to dress like Yogi. You know what?
Do that for Halloween. No one will recognize you.
No,
but
100%. No. I'll just walk around with a French bulldog. and some white trans mask. No, I don't. I mean, I'm willing to take the heat on this. I am a Yoli fan, not a stan, but I'm a Yoli fan, and I will stand in that.
Why?
I don't know. There's just something.
Again,
about
I
her.
understand. Like, I empathize with the fact that like she wants that status of being like the 2.5 white picket fence thing. Like how Mel said that like Mel's number one fear was that she was just getting herself attached to Mel because Mel had, I don't know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
She said it.
Yeah.
Right? But like, I don't know, I lost my train of thought.
I feel like I can like Yoli while also it's like if I was her friend, oh girl, you would hear it from me. Like I would be going into her. Because I think I do think the way that she treated both Mel and Xander was messed up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't necessarily feel like it was all necessarily malicious. I don't think it was all necessarily like narcissistic. I really genuinely think that she just could not figure out what she wanted. And I don't think that reality TV was the place to really explore that. Which, I mean, reality TV is not the place to explore your relationship anyways.
Yeah.
Especially not if you're strongly considering marrying someone.
Yeah.
You don't live here. You don't live here.
He has his opinions. Can I borrow this? You need? And that's a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, those are some very complex thoughts. Thank you for that. I'm a no dogs on the bed kind of person, so.
My dog is my little spoon. My dog, have you been to my room?
No.
Okay, so my
I never
room.
made it that far.
Oh, shut up. So my bed is like lifted and there's like an under compartment that I used to use for storage.
Mm-hmm.
I emptied it out and I made him a loft. He has his own loft. He has a yoga mat down there. He has his toys. He has his bed. I put LED lights in there.
Deadass, I wish somebody would treat me like that. That's wild.
I've actually had people come over and say to me, I wish that it was Jared and my dad, who both have said this many times. When I get reincarnated in my next life, I want to be your pet.
Yeah. It's like you want to be like the dog owned by like a millennial one.
Yes.
Because that thing is living life. But no, I don't like dogs in the bed because
I can respect that.
sheets. Because when I curl up in my bed, if I have to smell dog on my sheets, I'm gonna be upset.
I like the smell of dog.
I really don't.
And also, he's a very clean boy.
He's very clean. He is very clean. It's definitely smelled like dog in here, for like the past like couple of weeks now.
No, he gets professionally groomed, and he gets his anal gland popped once a month. And he gets his nails done. He actually is getting a little scruffy, and he needs a haircut.
That was a lot of information to take in right there.
Yeah, and his diet. I've told you about his diet, right?
Like he has to have like special food.
No, he doesn't have to have special food. I give him special food. I buy him Hill's Science Diet, which is like the best dog food on the market. And then I mix it with whatever protein I'm eating that day, which I normally do like either salmon, chicken, or steak, right? And then I give him vegetables. And he gets snacks throughout the day, which are either apples, celery, or carrots.
Yeah, I wish somebody would take care of me that well. Like I probably could take care of myself that well, but
Yeah.
It's better when it's somebody else,
Yeah. And actually lately, I have been kind of, I don't know, like I have been letting him like eat. Oh, he also eats like berries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's decorative.
Yes.
I think I would probably be more open to having dogs in the bed if I had a unit washer dryer, but I don't.
Fair.
Because then it's like I can wash my sheets like super quickly.
What if you had a Chihuahua? Actually, I could see you with a Chihuahua. Or like a small dog.
Oh, I could do small dogs.
I feel like I could see you with like a purse dog. Like a purse dog is very much your personality. No?
The way you sounded that sounded like a slur. I didn't like that. No. No, I'm not a purse dog kind of person. I'm good. Dogs of like all sizes I'm good with. But I like...
You know people say that he's a big dog?
He's kind of... How big is he? He's over 50 pounds?
He's like 55.
Yeah, that's a big dog.
That's medium.
That's big.
That's medium.
Medium is like 45.
He's medium. Because Labradors are like 25 to 30% bigger than him.
Yeah, those are big dogs.
Yeah, well, he's a medium dog.
He's a big dog.
He's a medium to large dog. He's like right there.
Dog.
Hmm?
He would not be allowed at most apartment complexes. He's a big dog.
But he's so well behaved.
Oh, yeah. He's a well-behaved big dog.
I want to hold him on my lap right now.
Hold him.
Okay, here's my microphone. There you go. Come here, baby. Come here, me, baby. Wow.
Resistance. Wow, he said no.
Come here. Come here. Wow. Get this off camera. I don't want anyone seeing this.
Seeing your dog who you just talked up reject you
Yes!
on camera. Dogs are allowed on the couch, I will say.
Okay.
I do not care about dogs on the couch. I don't care about the dogs on any furniture besides the bed, and it's only because of bed sheets and me sleeping.
That's fair. I get it.
I feel like if Tiff would give me a chance, like I think we'd be able to meet in the middle on that.
I'm gonna have to side with Tiff and tell her no. I was gonna say no, like, there's no meeting in the middle with that. Dog sleeps on bed. Dog is little spoon. Dog is middle spoon.
Well, I never thought that I would relate to Sam so hard.
I love Sam. Okay, Sam. Sam was someone that I did not really care about in the beginning, but then by the end of the season, I'm like, she's a saint. I love her.
Because I think they did Sam dirty. I think out of everybody on the show, I think Sam is the most like emotionally well adjusted, the most like, emotionally mature, and I think it's amazing that in a very short time, like 3 weeks, she was able to like completely like impact Tiff's mindset to the point where they felt like kind of comfortable enough to, I don't know, like stand up for themselves, like to Mildred and all that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's amazing. That's phenomenal.
She who shall not be named.
Oh, I'm not platforming her. It's just, oh, that's from my meds.
I'm proud of you. Do you have a timer on your phone?
I do.
I just take it before.